Philippine Experience Program sa Soc-Sargen na ating tatalakayin kasama si Department of Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco. Secretary Frasco, magandang tanghali po at welcome sa Bagong Pilipinas Ngayon. Secretary Frasco.
Yes, hello. Maayong hapon. Love the Philippines.
Good afternoon or magandang tanghali, maayong hapon sa ating Secretary. Para po mas maunawaan ng ating mga kababayan, ano po ba itong Philippine Experience Program? Ano ang layunin nito at kahalagahan sa sektor ng turismo sa ating bansa, Sec?
Unang-una po, maraming salamat sa opportunity po na makausap po kayo sa Bagong Pilipinas ngayon. Nandito po ako ngayon sa Mindanao, specifically in South Cotabato, in the land of green rivers, Lake Cebu. At nandito po tayo para sa Philippine Experience, Heritage, Culture, and Arts Caravan for the region of Soc-Sargen. Yung caravan po na ito ay flagship program ng ating Presidente, Ferdinand Marcos Jr., para naman po mabigyan ng oportunidad yung ating mga emerging and lesser-known destinations na mabigyan ng suporta ng Department of Tourism in terms of tourism development promotion. And so, dinadala po natin yung ating mga national and regional tourism stakeholders, tour operators, travel agencies, pati na rin po yung ating mga content creators as well as dignitaries from various countries all over the world to these regions so that they can get to know the local traditions, culture, heritage, pati na rin po yung ating natural landscapes to our beaches, our mountainscapes, and the like. All in all, with the intention of spreading opportunities for countrywide tourism development.
Ma'am, ngayon po ay Soc-Sargen o Region 12 ang destinasyon ng caravan nitong Philippine Experience Program. Pang-ilan na pong lalawigan ito, tsaka simula ng ilunsad ninyo ang programang ito, ano po yung lugar na nabisita na ng programa sa nasabing region?
Yes, this is now the 10th edition of the Philippine Experience Program. Nagsimula po ito last year. Unang-una po, bisita natin yung Davao region. And this has also taken us to Calabarzon. Lumating na din po tayo sa Palawan, Mimaropa region. Pati na rin po, kakabigyan natin galing sa Bukidnon and of course, Cagayan de Oro. And this program has also reached various areas in the Visayas, including Western Visayas. Dumating na po tayo doon sa Bacolod, pati na rin po sa Negros and other places in the Philippines. So we're very grateful na napaka-positive po ng response ng ating local government team, yung ating pong mga governors, mayors, congressmen, and women, and our local communities in this program kasi nakikipag-partner po tayo sa kanila para naman po mag-isa po tayo sa vision po ng ating presidente. Lumago talaga yung turismo ng Pilipinas and that we undergo this era of transformation for Philippine tourism para mas lumawak pa po yung oportunidad na magkaroon ng livelihood and employment opportunities yung ating mga kababayan.
Mula po, ma'am, sa inyong pag-iikot sa Soc-Sargen, ano po yung mga emerging destinations na ating maipagmamalaki at may malaking potensyal na dapat pasyalan ng ating mga turista?
Kahapon po, nagsimula yung Philippine Experience natin at dumating kami sa General Santos City, kung saan yung ating mga delegates ng Philippine Experience ay naka-experience doon sa Glan. Napakaganda po ng beaches ng Sarangani. It's really quite pristine and right for tourism arrivals na rin. They also had the opportunity to experience an actual tuna harvest, which is quite an immersive leap into this thriving economic source for this region. And of course, we visited the hometown of boxing icon Manny Pacquiao, which in and of itself is a tourist destination. Nakapunta po yung mga turista natin sa kanyang original home, yung mansion po niya. Tapos, we also had opportunity to visit Lumon in Sarangani, kung saan nagkaroon po tayo ng immersion and the opportunity to meet yung Blaan and Tagpaulo unity and tribes. And there we were able to appreciate their culture and traditions and their way of life. And today, na kadating po tayo sa Coronadal City, and then we proceeded to Lake Cebu, where we met a Mandilikhanang bayan, and we met the local government officials and the local weavers and members of the Lake Cebu community. And we got to appreciate yung weaving traditions po nila, pati na rin po yung kanilang mga traditional songs, dances, and yung pagkain din. And now, I'm on my way to the province of Sultan Kudarat, kung saan mag-break ground po tayo on a tourist rest area for Sultan Kudarat, and where our guests will also have an opportunity to be immersed in the Muslim traditions of this very beautiful province. Tomorrow naman, bibisita po tayo sa North Cotabato. Napakaganda po ng Mindanao, and this region of Sorsogon possesses a wide variety of diverse tourism experiences, from mountainscapes to beaches to immersions in our local indigenous tribes, and really opportunities to get to know the heart and soul of the Philippines.
So ma'am, napuntahan nyo na rin po dun sa South Cotabato yung, meron kasi din yung 7 Lakes, tapos dun sa Tibuli, meron parang pwedeng mag-dirt bike doon, oo, tapos I think may living museum doon. And yung merong sikat na kainan dyan ng mga hito sa Banga, South Cotabato. Napuntahan nyo na po ba yun? Tapos paano po tayo nakipag-usap sa mga lokal doon na para ma-promote pa yung kanilang mga produkto at yung mga pasyalan doon?
Ngayong umaga po, napaka-aga pumunta po kami doon sa lake tour ng Lake Cebu, which is the entrance to the 7 waterfalls. And we had the opportunity to taste their local delicacies as well. Na-express po nung mayor ng Lake Cebu, si Mayor Ungol, yung pangangailangan nila, which is the improvement of their docking facility para naman po komportable yung ating mga turista as they dock and engage in the lake tour. And we have committed to assist in the improvement of this docking facility. And nag-request din po sila ng tourist rest area, in which in compliance with the directive of our President to assist our local government unit, tulungan din po natin sila na magkaroon ng tourist rest area. It is a collaboration between the national government or local government and our private tourism stakeholders. Yung effort po na mabigyan natin ng promotional development and tourism development yung South Cotabato.
Secretary, ano naman po yung nakikita ninyong mga kakulangan upang mapabuti pa ang promotion ng mga tourist destinations sa bansa, lalo na po yung mga hindi pang masyadong nabibigyan ng kaukulan o karampatang, kumbaga, promotion?
Actually, the challenges that the Philippine tourism industry faces is not only on the aspect of promotion, but on the basic developmental pillars of tourism. First of which is infrastructure. And that is why priority po ng ating presidente yung pag-construct ng tourism roads all over the country. In 2023, over 5 billion was invested in new tourism roads and over 10 billion for continuing roads. And over 158 kilometers of tourism roads have been constructed under the administration of President Marcos. Kasali na rin po dyan yung ating pakikipugnayan sa DPWH and the DOTR in terms of the addition of critical bridges all throughout the country, as well as, of course, the improvement of airports and seats. And masaya din po tayo dahil aggressive po yung ating presidente sa public partnership. And that will see fruition in September of this year with the takeover of the NAIA by the winning private proponent. We are also very pleased to note that the improvement in our airports all over the country are forthcoming, especially in Mindanao, specifically Laguindingan, which is the access to Cagayan and Bukidnon, and for Bohol, which gives accessibility to our world-renowned UNESCO Geopark, the Chocolate Hills. We're also looking forward to the further expansion of the Palawan Airport in Puerto Princesa. And we're eager to see the commencement of construction sa mga bago po natin na mga cruise ports all over the Philippines under the auspices of the Philippine Ports Authority. And dahil po na yung Pilipinas ay surrounded by water, comparative to our ASEAN neighbors na magkakatabi lang po sila, yung biggest challenge din po natin is really connectivity. That is why we're working very closely with the Department of Transportation para naman po mas dumami pa yung ating direct flights into the Philippines and two-leg flights from various jurisdictions. And the good news is that we now have direct flights from San Francisco to Manila. We have a forthcoming Seattle to Manila flight. And our flights from the Middle East are also expanding. In addition to that, yung domestic tourism portfolio po natin is really quite thriving. As a matter of fact, the Philippines ranked number one in terms of domestic visitor receipts at 53.3 billion in 2022. And for this 2023, the Philippines reached in over 482 billion in international visitor receipts naman. So notwithstanding the challenges that the Philippines faces in terms of tourism development, we're doing everything that we possibly can to ensure that we introduce the critical and necessary interventions. Isa rin po sa challenges na nakita natin is the liberalization of visa policies, especially from certain jurisdictions. And that's why we're eager for the Department of Foreign Affairs to ensure that ma-automate na po yung ating issuance of electronic visas. All in all, we are working as hard as we can to ensure that we increase the competitiveness of the Philippines globally. And that's nagpo-focus din po tayo on the enhancement of the entire tourism experience, which is why patuloy po yung construction natin of tourist rest areas all over the country. Kaka-inaugurate lang po ng ating presidente ng brand new tourist rest area for Ilocos Norte. And we have constructed 10 these tourist rest areas across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, which have an information center, a pasalubong center, and restrooms for our tourists. And there are at least 20 more coming under construction for 2024 and 2025.
So Secretary, kailan naman po at saan ang susunod na leg nitong Philippine Experience Program Caravan ng DOT? At ano pa po yung mga hakbang to promote culture and heritage ng Pilipinas?
Well, the Philippine Experience Heritage, Culture, and Art Caravan will continue throughout the year. And if I'm not mistaken, the next leg will be in the Mimaropa region once again. And we are working together with our attached agency, the Tourism Promotions Board, to ramp up the promotional efforts of the Department of Tourism. Patuloy po yung ating presence in international exhibitions, including the biggest travel and trade expo in the world, ITB Berlin. We just returned from there recently, and we continue to make our presence in the World Travel Market in London, And of course, we just made our way to Dubai for the Arabian travel market. This is in conjunction with all the other travel expos all over the world that the Philippines participates in, including our dive travel expos as well. So yung focus po natin is really to anchor Philippine tourism on the strength of the Filipino culture, heritage, and identity. Kaya naman po, in our travel expos abroad, we make sure to highlight not only our natural landscapes and destinations, but also the culture of the Filipino by introducing our songs, our dances, yung traditional weaves ng ating mga malilikha and our weavers. The same effort applies in our local promotional efforts. Patuloy po yung ating mga tourism expos all over the country. Kakatapos lang po ng ating Mindanao Tourism Expo in Cagayan de Oro. And forthcoming will be the Central Philippines Tourism Expo, as we have already concluded the North Luzon Tourism Expo as well.
Okay. So, ma'am, sa gitna ng lahat ng ito, syempre, paano po natin masisiguro o ma-ensure sa ating mga turista na safe po yung mga pupuntahan nilang mga lugar na gusto nilang pasyalan, lalo na po sa Mindanao na syempre, hindi naman po natin mayaalis na may mga balita na may mga gulo, paminsan-minsan sa Mindanao. So, paano po natin sila ma-ensure na safe ang kanilang pamamasyal?
Well, I can personally attest to the feeling of safety that I have experienced in all my visits to Mindanao. I have been here quite a few times already. Kakadating ko lang din po from Davao Oriental, and prior to that, I was in Bukidnon and Cagayan de Oro. The efforts of the national government in conjunction with the local government, as well as our uniformed men and women of the AFP and our local Philippine National Police, are quite comprehensive and devoted to ensuring the safety and security of our residents and our tourists in Mindanao. As a matter of fact, nagkaroon po tayo ng Memorandum of Agreement on the Mindanao Tourism Convergence last year, together with the Department of National Defense and the Department of Interior, kung saan na nakipag-ugnayan po tayo sa kanila na yung tourism development po ng Mindanao is strategic in a manner that we push for those areas that have been declared as green zones and are completely peaceful, and that we continue to work with these agencies in order that where there are certain areas where challenges are present, that peace and order is really upheld. We are also continuing the training of tourist police. We've trained over 7,000 already in conjunction with the DILG. And nag-launch na rin po tayo ng Tourist Assistance Call Center. Maaari po tayong mag-dial sa 151 Tour para naman po mabigyan ng assistance yung ating mga turista wherever there may be in the Philippines. And in addition to that, we have worked very closely with various embassies from all over the world para naman po ma-lift or ma-improve yung kanilang mga travel advisories, especially for Mindanao. And we're very happy to note that the United States as well as Canada have recently improved their travel advisories for Mindanao. This is a result of the collaborative efforts that the Marcos administration has done together with our local government units as well as our private tourism stakeholders. So Mindanao is ripe for international and domestic tourism, and the people here are ready to welcome every guest that comes with the love that is so distinct to us Filipinos.
Alright, let's go to Mindanao. Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Department of Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco.